In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on October 5th, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Kansas City Royals versus Cleveland Guardians. The Kansas City Royals will visit the Cleveland Guardians on Wednesday to play the final game of the 2022 Major League Baseball regular season for both. Kansas City will miss the postseason, while Cleveland will enter the postseason as the American League Central champion. Kansas City will have right-hander Jonathan Heasley on the mound, while Cleveland will counter with right-hander Aaron Seville. The Kansas City Royals are 65-96 this season and have lost 6 of their last 8 games. Kansas City has won games 2 and 4 by scores of 7-1 and 5-2 in this series. The Kansas City pitching staff has a 4.67 earned run average, a 1.47 WHIP, and a .270 opponent batting average this season. The Royals offense has scored 638 runs with a .244 batting average and a .307 on base percentage. Bobby Witt is batting .254 with 20 home runs and 80 RBIs for the Royals this season. The projected starter for Kansas City is Jonathan Heasley, who is 4-9 with a 5 earned run average and a 1.45 WHIP over 99 innings pitched this season. The Cleveland Guardians are 91-70 this season and have won 5 of their last 7 games. Cleveland has won games 1, 3, and 5 by scores of 6-3, 7-5, and 5-3. The Cleveland pitching staff has a 3.47 earned run average, a 1.16 WHIP, and a .230 opponent batting average. The Guardians offense has scored 689 runs with a .253 batting average and a .315 on base percentage this year. Jose Ramirez is batting .275 with 29 home runs and 124 RBIs for the Guardians this season. The projected starter for Cleveland is Aaron Seville, who is 4-6 with a 5.04 earned run average and a 1.2 WHIP over 91 innings pitched this season. Cleveland will head to the postseason following Wednesday's final game of the regular season, while Kansas City will go home for the winter for another season. Cleveland has won 24 of the last 35 overall against Kansas City, and the Guardians have won 41 of the last 59 played at home against the Royals. Cleveland's pitching staff has the 6th best team ERA and the 6th best batting average allowed, while Kansas City is 26th in team earned run average and 29th or next to last in batting average allowed. Cleveland has been one of baseball's hottest teams over the last month, winning 22 of the last 28, and the Guardians feast on American League Central opponents, winning 25 of the last 35. The total has finished over in each of Kansas City's last 5 games played, as well as in each of the last 4 games that the Royals have played against a right-handed starting pitcher. As mentioned earlier, Kansas City has a below-average pitching staff that is 26th in team earned run average, and opposing hitters average more at the plate against the Kansas City pitching than every other team in baseball except one. The total has finished over in each of the last 4 games played between Kansas City and Cleveland. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Nationals versus New York Mets. The Washington Nationals have been struggling this season as they officially hit the rebuild button, as they are last in the National League East with a 55-104 record. They last played on Sunday, where they lost to the Philadelphia Phillies at home 8-1 in a rain-shortened 6-inning game. The New York Mets still have a potential chance of getting the National League East after losing the lead with not many games to play. They currently hold the top spot in the National League wild card and second in the National League East with a 98-61 record, and have not played since Sunday night, where they lost 5-3 to the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park. If the New York Mets need this game to potentially win the National League East, I can see them pulling all of the stops, but if they are slated to be guaranteed the National League wild card, they still have better talent than the Washington Nationals do at this point. The names alone should make you understand where to be leaning, as Eric Fed is 1-5 with a 6.19 earned run average and a 1.66 WHIP in his previous 7 games, while Jacob deGrom is 3-3 with a 3.51 earned run average and a 0.88 WHIP in that same stretch of games. Offensively, the Mets are averaging 4.9 runs per game in their last 10 games, while the Nationals are scoring 3 runs per game in their previous 12 games. These teams are on 2 completely different levels throughout this season. The New York Mets will dominate at home and end the regular season with a victory, so the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The bullpens have been doing decently well to the point where they should limit the runs against them, as the Nats are pitching to a 3.93 reliever earned run average, while the Mets have a 3.63 bullpen earned run average throughout the entire regular season. Neither team has been doing well in their last 15 games, as Washington is 23rd in the sport with a .271 team batting average of balls in play, while New York is 16th with a team .292 batting average of balls in play. Neither team throughout the season has been able to hit a lot of homers, as the Nationals are 28th in the sport with 134 home runs as a team, while the Mets are 16th in MLB with 164 team home runs this year. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Braves versus Miami Marlins. The Atlanta Braves have been doing extremely well and are on the cusp of clinching the National League East and a bye in the National League Wild Card round, as they have a 100-60 record thus far. They played on Monday night and the Marlins picked up a 4-0 home win over them. The Miami Marlins have a lot of starting pitching, but have been brutal hitting, and that has been shown as they are 4th in the National League East with a 68-92 record. They have been struggling at home at Lone Depot Park this season and look to wrap up the year with a victory. There is a huge difference between these teams, as the Atlanta Braves are one of the best overall teams this season, while the Miami Marlins have been struggling to get some consistency. Max Fried is 6-3 with a 2.55 earned run average and a 0.88 WHIP in 12 road games throughout the season, while Alyssa Hernandez is 3-3 with a 6.14 earned run average and a 1.47 WHIP in 12 home games throughout the entire year. These offenses have been splitting away from one another offensively, as Atlanta is averaging 4.48 runs per game in their last 25 games, while Miami is scoring 3.78 runs per game in their previous 27 games played. The Braves have dominated this matchup, as they have won 12 of the first 17 games against the Marlins this season. Both pitching staffs have been doing well at limiting the amount of runs being scored against them, as Atlanta is 4th in the majors with a 3.13 earned run average and a .218 batting average against in their 66 games post All-Star break, while Miami is sitting at 17th in MLB with a 3.94 team earned run average and a .248 batting average against in their 69 games in the second half of the regular season. The Braves are able to play their guys as they should have the week off, while the National League Division Series is going on, so they should have their full complement of their lineup. However, neither team has been scoring a crooked number as of late, as the Braves are scoring 4 runs per game in their last 13 games, while the Marlins are averaging 3.33 runs per game in their previous 12 games. These teams have played 17 games against one another and are averaging 7.29 total runs per game this year. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.